What went wrong and how can we fix it when there's a total system failure? And that's what the conviction of an innocent is, a total system failure. It's just extraordinary. The Innocence Project was founded in 1992, and what we do is use DNA testing to get people out of jail who did not commit the crimes. It really began for us in a case 1987-88 involving an inmate named Marion Coakley, who was wrongfully convicted of a robbery rape in the Bronx. And in that case, we tried to use DNA testing. And this was before DNA testing was even in the courts. It was 1988. And there was not enough high molecular weight DNA to get a result. But we realized from that moment that this could be a transformative technology, and it would be able to exonerate a lot of innocent people, would be able to apprehend the real perpetrators, and it also would shine a window on what we believed were lots of wrongful convictions. My colleague Peter Neufeld and I, we actually knew from the very beginning that there were many, many more wrongfully convicted people than anybody believed, and that DNA could demonstrate it. We knew that. But obviously, when you live through it and you start seeing this one after another, it's quite extraordinary. By the time you see this, there will be 293 post-conviction DNA exonerations, at least, in the United States. But remember, and this is really the key to the innocence movement, and why police, have been very receptive to so many of our suggestions, is that every time you've got the wrong guy, right, and there's a misidentification and a conviction, every time you do that, the real perpetrator is out there and will commit and does commit more crimes. In our 293 post-conviction DNA exonerations, 48% of the time, the real perpetrator has been identified with the DNA, and those are frequently instances where the real perpetrator is somebody that has committed more than one rape, more than one murder. Only 5% of cases have any biological evidence where you can do a DNA test and determine identity or guilt or innocence. So what about the other 95% of the cases where you have what we know to be the causes of wrongful convictions? Eyewitness misidentification, false confessions, unreliable or fraudulent forensic science, police or prosecutorial misconduct, defense lawyers that don't do the job, jailhouse snitches, and of course the most intractable problem, that of racial bias. So we try to take on all of those policy issues, and we have an agenda for reform that includes both state and federal legislation that we've been pretty successful in getting passed. And we work very closely with police departments, with prosecutors, and of course with defense lawyers and judges across the country, really in an effort to try to transform the criminal justice system, something modest. We've done okay. I mean, there are 55 innocence projects in the United States. There are 7 of them abroad. They're forming projects in Taiwan, in China. I mean, if the influence of this movement is that broad, then it's by no means a failure. It isn't. But I get disappointed sometimes because I want things to move faster. Subscribe to Thinker.